Hi everyone. This is going to be a quick video to show you guys how to use the shared inspiration station accessibility and collaboration toolkit. So this page will be used as a creative resource hub, not an assignment. Definitely not an assignment, so you don't, it's not have to do, but I do really recommend to explore and utilize it as it is a great resource because you can use it to explore ideas, discover new tools, and just kind of start brainstorming on what you might want to do and include in your final challenge project at the end of this module. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Beautiful. So something to note is that this is an editable page, meaning that everyone can, add their own discoveries. So you can just right here, click at the top right-hand corner, and then you can scroll to any specific section that you might want to contribute, like brainstorming, storytelling, accessibility checkers, engagement, reflection, etc. And then you can type in like one of your tools you like to use or just an idea, short note, anything that you think is like worth sharing and inspiring others. Please note that this is just something to share with others. It's a community tool, so please do not delete anyone's work. I know that should be obvious, but just in case, we just want to add it on to it so we can keep this as a growing community resource. So please think of this page as a place to collect inspiration while you experiment with accessibility and collaboration tools. Wonderful. So at the top, we're going to see like inspiration starters. So they're like short creative missions to kind of help like explore new approaches. So for example, like try new accessibility features like captions or adding captions in alt text, using visual storytelling with like Canva or Adobe Express to make something kind of, guide and very visual, guide collaboration, all that jazz. And then you can also experiment with like voice or video reflection with tools like Slack or dictation, and then collaborate in shared spaces like Padlet, Miro, and FigJam. I'm sure you guys have gotten pretty used to these. And at the end, please, just try to run like an accessibility check with something like with a wave accessibility checker before sharing your work, which means that everything is as accessible as it possibly can to make it more equitous. Is that the right word? Okay, moving forward. So below you're going to find our tools of collaboration table. It is organized by category, like stated, brainstorming, storytelling, accessibility checking, engagement, and reflection. So each column includes examples and a note about what the category supports, like visual real-time group idea sharing, narrative-based learning activities. You get the gist. So as you explore, feel free to come back and add new tools that you end up discovering or just end up like using or even things you use on like all the time. I'd love to hear it. Near the bottom, you're gonna see um like the optional challenge where essentially you could do like a mini mission. And that's kind of like being a tech hero, a design buddy, or just inspiring others. So these are small, really fun ways to experiment, learn from your peers, and even earn like a shout out as an accessibility superhero. And then you can also then go ahead and go to the optional discussion. We're going to share your Spark. This is where you can post a short tip, screenshot, or reflection about the tool that you ended up trying that you've never used before. And you can also respond to other classmates' ideas to, build our toolkit better together, to be wonderful. All right, so let's go back to the main page. As you start imagine your final challenge project. You might want to build your own like simple website to organize or present your ideas. And you can use different tools like Google Sites, more Bullbat, but here's like Google Sites for an example. You can just click create a blank site. And then all you do is give your website a title, and then you can use the right-hand panel for adding text, images, embedding anything, adding videos. And then for accessibility, I would recommend, adding alt text to your images and to use very clear, simple headings with clear contrast. And then when you're ready, let's see if I can move this, you have to publish. And that's all you got to do. You create your first mini website. Yay. All right, let's go back. Actually, maybe that's it. Okay, that's it. So please use this page to experiment, to share and discover, new tools and, any resources that you think make learning more inclusive and collaborative. Every idea that you add definitely helps someone else, definitely helps me for sure. So please have fun, explore wildly, and keep building our collective toolkit together. So have a good week, everyone.